Well, it's a warm, sunny evening here on a pretty new circuit. It's the Grand Prix de Marseille, and it is, well, for you English people who don't like the French, it's the French Grand Prix, and it's qualifying for round 4 of the RGB Romula One World Championship. It's season 5, and I'm your commentator for today, Kian GP, and alongside me today, it's Nathan, or how do you want to be called?
Nathan is just fine. Hello,
All
everyone.
right, good. And we've got potentially a pit lane reporter with the name Myro, but we'll have to see if he's even alive. And, of course, a quick, warm thank you to our lovely producer players for helping us get this stream to, actually happen. With all that said, I think it's time for some qualifying action here from the circuit de Marseille. Have a look. It's currently, is that Gosha in the Isotta, or is that someone else? So let's have a look at him, because he's Gogo. Okay, is that literally his name?
That is his name, Gogo.
All right. Well, it's currently Gogo in the Isotta in first position. He's got a 1 minute 12.2. And behind him is Outguard in a 1 minute 12.3.87. Now, Nathan, we're, of course, It's early in this qualifying session. Not much is really going to happen for a few minutes. Who do you think is going to grab pole position?
Well, I'm going to have to say Critical once again. He's been on pace the entire weekend. But today he seemed a little bit off. It's only less than a tenth from the fastest time in free practice, too. But just based off his consistency, his pace, and just the history he has, it has to be Critical Noob for me.
Well, it is a fair pick. He's won 2 races in a row now. He is pretty much the king of Romula One at the moment. And he won the sprint here last night, if you didn't catch that. Critical Noob won, and we had some very, not great commentators. It's fair to say. And that's a quote from one of the commentators from last night. So, don't worry, I'm not being rude or anything. But I'm going to have to go for Critical Noob as well. I'm going to be totally honest. And you know what, Nathan? It's boring. So much hype for this season. So many montages, teaser trailers, all this, intro, new music, new theme tune. And just for it to be a runaway season. It's boring, isn't it?
It is. It is very boring. We're just hoping for someone to finally challenge Critical Noob here in this championship. To be fair, there are a lot of fast drivers in practice. We have Chris, James, Outguard, Train Pig is still here, but so far Critical is running the show. Who cares? Yeah.
Who cares about Train Pig? I'm not gonna. No. Let's not talk badly about Train Pig. He's been awesome for the media team and has done a great job with graphics and everything. So huge thanks and a huge shout out to him. He's the man, but clearly he's not the man we hoped he would be, because he's in 17th right now. His teammate is in 18th. It's a terrible day for them in whatever that team is. Oh, is that Critical Noob? Just went over a sausage curb. It is. And the German in France, great combo, I know. Going over the sausage curbs, having a bit of a moment there. But he doesn't need to push that hard.
Yeah, Critical Noob kind of just blitzkrieging here in Marseille.
Okay. Where have I heard that before? All right. Could call that a bit of a blitzkrieg bop. Critical Noob. Currently in 4th. Oh, I love the Ramones reference. And, he doesn't need to push that hard. He's currently good to go through to Q2, but he's going to go anyways. And he's now going to go for a lap. I guess this is just a bit of practice for him. But who knows? He's had 2 practice sessions and a sprint race that he's won. I don't think he really needs that practice anymore.
I mean, the track has evolved a lot. They've gone about 7/10 faster since yesterday in the spring. So maybe the extra practice has helped out. Maybe it's really grooved in the track. But so maybe some changes in setup as well. But, it's kind of the same thing.
So they have changed the track around quite a bit because apparently, well, I wasn't there last night, so I don't know. But if I'm not mistaken, and you can definitely correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the drivers just not like the track or something? Because there were changes being made.
I believe, yeah, there were some whispers, some loud voices here saying that they didn't like the track. I am not entirely sure what changes were made, but I mean, if the drivers are complaining, I'm sure the FIA has done something about it.
It's called the RGB here.
Right, I'm sorry.
Critical Noob crosses the line and doesn't improve. And with 4 minutes remaining, doesn't seem like he will. Caster was asking for 24 drivers to turn up, which would be the max. Instead, we've got 18. So, well done, I guess, Caster. We've got an accelerate off. I believe that is Meow. I've never thought I'd say the word meow like that. Oh my goodness.
Well, now you have.
You see, when King Snake is here, we're all professional and stuff. When Players is here, who cares?
A producer did not like that comment yet.
Lovely word from Players. Do not put this on me. 3 minutes left in Q1. So we're currently looking at the Midnight Star. That's James, right? No, it's not James. It's Cloxed. So, pardon me, but he's currently following an outdrive. A car that was, for the first quarter of the season, occupied by a certain Meow. But his achievements this season so far has brought him up the Romula One ladder a bit. And now he's driving alongside ASM in what was Ayentai's car at Accelerate. So, welcome to the meme family, I guess, Meow. But I believe that everyone here, purely just because meme have not made this season very entertaining, screw you. Screw the memes.
That is a fair assessment. That is a fair comment, Kian.
So, with 2 minutes left, and an Artemis coming out. He's probably going to try and go for laps. It's not looking great for Q. Everyone watching in the comments, as Cloxed has a moment there. Who do you think, with 2 minutes left in Q1, will take pole position? Oh, and Cloxed is into the wall, and that moment there, that little moment, well, that was bigger than I had assumed, because now his lap is rendered invalid, and he is out. Not out in Q1, but that's his lap done, and that could potentially be his qualifying session done. He's in P12, and I don't know how many drivers are going to be knocked out in Q1, but I believe it's the bottom 4 knocked out, which means that it is. So, which means deferred. Mr. Cowpox. Oh, and Cubs. What's happening? Did I just hear a burp? I don't know who that was. I hope that was Players, because then the stream wouldn't hear that. But
it definitely wasn't me. It definitely wasn't me. Anyways, I believe it's the bottom 5 now, as Cubson has decided to join the session.
Yes, and Prime Drifter has just gone up a few positions, and Fernand, the driver who struggled in Ventosa after a great win in Helsinki, well, he's now the driver at risk. He's in P14, and ever since Helsinki's qualifying results have been terrible. I know there's been some. I'm genuinely hoping that what he said isn't true, but that he's had some moments, it's fair to say, and well, he's struggled quite a bit so far this season. So we hope he's getting better, and we hope he can improve and potentially fight for what could be his last chance at a Romula One world title. Fernand, doing a decent job so far in this lap as they go into the one of the sharpest corners on this calendar, I would say. Sharp hairpin at the top of the track, and we should give it a name, shouldn't we? We should give that corner a name. Across the line, and it's only good enough for 12th, but I believe with the clock ran down that it will be good enough for Fernand to go through to Q2. Is there anyone still on a lap?
I'm
waiting for players to. Okay, not even.
Train Pig is possibly on a lap, but he has gone pretty slow. Other than that, no one's really improving apart from Cubson, who has joined the session very late.
So, with that said, the bottom 5 drivers, I believe it's going to be. Oh, Cubson's on a lap still. So actually, Cubson, let's have a look at him then. Producer. Yeah, Cubson's on a lap. Doesn't go to look at Cubson. Oh, no. Was that Heels? That's Cubson. And with that, so he's not in the car then, and that means Q1 done, qualifying 1 done. And deferred, Mr. Cowpox, Kvyat, sorry. Who's that in 18th?
Ginge. Let's say Ginge for now.
Ginge. All right, let me rephrase what I was going to say. Q1 done, and with that, deferred, Mr. Cowpox, Kvyat, Ginge, and Cubson fall at the first hurdle. Q1 over and out. Q2 about to begin. Let's find out who wins in, well, about half an hour. So Chris Boy, the Flying Dutchman, at top of the standings at the end of Q1. And the Flying Dutchman here in the bright colours of Marseille is about to lead Romula One into Q2 here for round 4. Green flag's out, and we're going again.
Actually, just to confirm, deferred has made it into Q2, so they've only said the bottom 4 will be out for Q1.
Okay, so that means deferred is still in it.
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the buzzer, just right there, you could say. Well, Q2, it's where things start to get a bit more serious, doesn't it, Nathan?
It really does. These drivers, they need to go much faster if they want to make it into the next part and possibly battle for pole position, maybe possibly even get P2 just because of Critical.
Well, Critical didn't have the best pace though in Q1, but neither did his meme racing teammate Fernand, and he will need to go much faster if he wants to make it out of Q2. He needs to save his season almost. We're not even a quarter in. Not even a quarter. What am I saying? We're not even a third into this championship. But I think we can all look at one favourite for this season. And it's fair to say, especially the G-Force drivers, will have to make up a lot of ground if they want any hopes for this title. So, currently, well, it is the 2 G-Force at the top of the standings. Speaking of which, I mean, okay, still, I had to make a transition here, all right? I'm trying my best. Yeah, I know they don't know who. Oh, by the way, I'm talking to our lovely producer players, just so you don't think I've got schizophrenia.
Might have to get you checked out. Might have to get you checked out, Kian.
So, currently, the G-Force pair, who have had to make up, still have to make up a lot of ground this season, are doing pretty well. This entire weekend, they've done pretty well. Practice 1, second and third behind, of course, Critical Noob. Sprint qualifying, second and a bit more depressing 7th, but that was without their 2 main drivers. They ended up having a better performance in the sprint race before a 1-3 in FP2 earlier today. Critical Noob was 4th. Yes, I know. I'm not...
A producer and our main commentator just going at it.
All right. And no, we're not skits, though. We're talking to our lovely producer again. Yeah, they can't hear you. I hope
a producer has just said we are definitely losing it, so might have to go.
All right. Well, who's losing what at this stage? Is it our brains or G-Force's hopes at a championship? Let's find out, as they could potentially salvage their attempts for a championship here in Romula One.
I must say, Critical's on a blinder of a lap. But Purple Sector 1, Sector 2 that's only about a 10th off the top. I mean, Critical Noob could be going for pole right now.
Now, players, I just want to say, when I did the whole could they salvage their championship chance, that's when you play the short intro, okay? That's when right after you play the short intro. That's just a little practice. Oh, and a big moment for the meme racing of Isat Fernan.
That is a Critical Noob.
That's Critical. And a big moment. Loses his front wing, went airborne there, did a nice wheelie. And now that's his qualifying over for the moment. Fernan, cross the line, he's going to start a lap. So, qualifying 2. And I've got nothing to talk about. Unbelievable. Nathan, have you got anything to mention?
Well, these 2 G-Force drivers, Outguard and Chris, they were not here yesterday for the sprint race. Actually, Cubson and QW were. They weren't for G-Force players. Okay, we are still going crazy here. But the G-Force drivers for the sprint race were Cubson and QW. Right.
Screw King Snake. He comments on he can't make it for the live stream to stream it, but then he comments on the live stream. He said, what in the Romula One? Dickhead.
Anyways, Chris yesterday had a great race, finishing P2, only 3 seconds off Critical. So if anyone could battle Critical, it could be Chris. But right now, Chris, he's not that far off of Critical, only 10th off. But then there's this Train Pig, 2 tenths ahead of all of them.
Well, a few moments left in qualifying. And by a few moments, I mean a few minutes. It's the Grand Prix de Marseille. Round 4 of the RGB Romula One World Championship. And it's currently the Train Pig leading over Critical Noob. Then the 2 G-Force teammates before it's James, Meow, Cloxed, Go-Go, Rat. Do we say Ratty or Rat? Yeah. Who cares? Fernan in P10. He's once again in the danger zone. He needs to try and, escape that danger zone. He's had a bit of trouble, though, this season with qualifying. Let's see if he can improve as he gets demoted down to P11, we're looking at ASM, who's currently in 15th, currently in the drop zone. And that would be terrible for the Accelerate, because he's had a decent season so far, and it would be very disappointing, wouldn't it be, Nathan?
It would be very disappointing, especially after their successes in Zurich just a few weeks ago. If they go out and, the ASM has just gone up to P7 as he goes into the wall on our screens. But P7 for ASM could possibly be safe for him. He's only 5/10 above the drop zone, so he should be fine.
He should be, but someone who might not be is Fernan. He's in P12 with 1:13.0. I believe that's the fastest he's done so far this weekend. Not looking good, it's fair to say.
I mean, for a driver that's only just got into the car today, it's not the worst possible result, especially when they had a retirement driver just yesterday.
True. Good point. I've got nothing to say to that. Anyways, he I can just hear Nathan quietly laughing. Anyways, am I worthy for the Project Track Day World Championship commentary booth? Normally I'm... Okay. I've advertised the, mind my language, shit out of this championship already. I deserve to mention another one. Fernand's on a lap, meanwhile, a spin from the Isotta. That was go. Oh, and he doesn't. Fernand has just had a big moment there, and now he's off the track, out of the car, and he won't have time to set another lap, and he won't have time. Ladies and gentlemen, not the first time I've said this, but I hope, for his sake, it's the last time. Fernand will be out in Q2. A big crash for Deferred. A massive incident for Deferred. Wheels off, and it's bigger than Critical Noobs could ever dream to be. Deferred is also out. My goodness. On board with Heels in the PMP. Of course, his teammate Cubson was knocked out in Q1, but he's going to try to not get knocked out in Q2, and he won't. It's P10 for the PMP driver. One of the fastest in Project 1 2021, and just managing to make it out in Q2 in Romula One. But the question is, can Prime Drifter, in the outdrive that used to belong to Meow, defeat Heels and make it into Q3 today? Let's find out here. And it's live on YouTube. It's Romula One. It's Season 5. Into the, I'm going to call that the Marseille corner. From now on, I'm going to start naming corners, all right? I'm going to start naming corners right here. Through Normandy. And Prime Drifter will cross the line and go P10. Position number 10, and it's, well, a train ticket. He's about to take the train because he's about to go to a nice little place. It's called Qualifying 3, as Heels, in the final moments, will be knocked out in Q2. Guys, I've got an idea. Critical Noob goes past Normandy. The German goes past Normandy.
That, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Also, I was very scared about that train comment.
Oh my. No. I heard your gasp. I heard your gasp as well. Or like the oh no. Or whatever you said. But anyways, Qualifying 2 wrapped up. And in a very exciting, close qualifying session, Heels, Ratye, Fernand, De Third and Kanye fall at the second hurdle. And we've got one more hurdle to go, aka one more qualifying session in the circuit of Marseille. It's season 5 of the RGB Romula One World Championship, and finally we get to the exciting bit of qualifying. The final qualifying session to decide who starts where and who goes home. It's qualifying 3. It's going to be 8 minutes of quick laps after quicker laps, after hopefully record laps. It's the final qualifying session before we go over to the main event, the Grand Prix. It's qualifying 3. It's green flags. Green flags out in Marseille. And let's just find out who gets pole. Now, Nathan, we've got a few people who might have a good chance at pole.
There are a few people that can still battle Critical. There's obviously Chris, James, Outguard, and Critical being the main 4, in my opinion, here in Marseille. We're going to ignore Train Pick for now. Play is. He did. Train Pig got P1 or provisional pole in Q2, which didn't actually mean pole. But, we're basically making fun of players right now because he keeps telling us what to talk about, and then he's doing a good job, and then we make fun of him, and then we complain when there's nothing to talk about. That is very true. That is very true.
We're looking at Outguard. Is this Outguard or is this? Of course it's Chris. When I say, is it Outguard, it has to be Chris. Anyways. Look at this the Accelerate and the G-Force car. Almost racing, it seems like, but they're going for laps, aren't they, Nathan?
Yeah, but of course this is kind of messing with each other. Accelerate, I think, just hit the sausage curve, has gone a bit wide. This isn't really great for their qualifying laps. As Chris over the sausage curves, I mean, this battling is not helping them in Q3 at all.
No. And if it stays like this, I don't think this battle will help him in the championship either. Go, currently P1. Then it's Cloxed, Prime Drifter, Outguard and Chris Boy. Although, especially if you look at Chris Boy's time, that was an outlap. Oh, another moment there over the sausage curb. 2 wheels up in the air. Almost like V8 supercars into Marseille corner. So Nathan, after the first 2, and James goes provisional pole position with a 1:12 dead. A 1:12 to be precise. The perfect lap almost. And Meow goes P2 with a 1:12.445. Then it's Chris Boy, the Flying Dutchman. Then Go, ASM. And then it's Prime Drifter, Clongston, Outguard, Critical and the Train Pig, who were 1-2 in Q2, I believe, are now 1-2 at the back of the grid here in Q3. Reverse order, basically. So, Nathan, who do you think is going to snatch pole after those 2 qualifying sessions?
I'm going to have a bit of hope for this one. I'm going to say Go, just to spice things up a little bit here. I really hope someone can finally...
You're trying so hard to be different, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Pronto.
Well, the German Critical Noob goes past Normandy and into P9. It's not a great lap for him, but it's gonna do the job for now. Sorry, I'm part French, so I can make those jokes. So, just under 4 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. I bet no one was laughing whilst watching, like on the stream.
Yeah, nobody was.
No one. It was probably just me, Nathan, and players because we had this conversation earlier.
We might just be going crazy, to be honest.
We might be.
There you are.
Romula One, who cares? We got the Alzheimer's one.
Yeah,
that was
voices
terrible.
In our head agrees. The voices agree.
Yeah. The invisible people. All right, well, Critical Noob, who didn't have the greatest lap just now, in 9th. He wants to go pole, and he's going to go up to 3rd, which with 3 minutes remaining could help him. We've got a man screaming. Can we not have a man screaming in the commentary?
Yeah, my fault.
They can't? Oh dear.
Oh, those are the voices again, Kian.
Those are the voices again. Oh, we've got an accelerate going off in the background. And we're looking at Outguard, number 87, a number he's carried all his row racing career, including to winning championships. He's won championships in Ion, Project Apex, Formula Vault, but he's not managed to do it in Romula One yet. Can he kickstart his season here when it should have been started a few months ago? Go. You see the correlation there? 2 minutes remaining in qualifying 3, and Critical Noob will want to bounce back after so far a not so stellar qualifying session. He will want to go for pole, a position currently occupied by Outguard. The camera at Marseille is, to quote players, killing itself, or it's already killed itself across the line. And well, killed. I mean, our conversations today have why do we just want to kill stuff? It's always us. It's the voices in our heads again.
We come to Marseille and already we are just crazy. We have gone crazy from the
We
French.
are.
When in doubt, always blame the French. Trust me.
A minute remaining in qualifying here in Marseille, and it's currently Outguard, the Train Pig, the Flying Dutchman, Chris Boy, James, and Critical Noob down in P5. Gentlemen, do we have hope?
We do not have hope.
You already know how Critical's gonna get fast, bro. It's been like this for like 2 seasons now.
Can Critical Noob with half a minute to go? Oh, he's off.
Oh.
No, he's signed his lap.
He is fine in the end though. He's gonna be able to set a lap. This is gonna be exciting. Will this be the pole winning lap from out the international circuit de Marseille? 10 seconds on the clock, and Critical Noob, the flying German, is gonna try and take another pole position in the RGB Romula One World Championship, on course to what could be his 2nd championship in 3 seasons. Oh, has a bit of a moment there almost. A bit of a slide, I saw him. Of course, there's a very technical part of the circuit. If you mess this up, you mess the whole lap up.
So Critical is already a 10th and a half off of the fastest Sector 1.
Oh.
And about a 10th off the pole Sector 1. So he's not really going that fast. Already, even in Sector 2, already a few tenths off. I don't think he's going to make it. I don't think he's going to get pole. We might have hope.
We might have hope. He looks pretty good through those technical corners, though. So I'm surprised he's lost a bit of time through probably the sharpest bend in this calendar. Marseille corner, as I've named it. And Critical Noob out the final corner. Pole or home? It's gonna be no pole. And he's gonna have to settle for the third row on the grid because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Critical Noob will not take pole position. Instead, it will go to the Moroccan icon here in Romula One, Outguard.
I swear Outguard only had like one free practice session.
He's
only had one.
One. Oh, he's had two, okay.
I swear he has.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
boys and girls, Outguard takes pole position for the French Grand Prix. And, well, we'll get to interviews in just a moment with the pole sitter, the train pig, and potentially even Chris Boy. Let's find out in just a moment.
Should we guys be in the podcast studio?
Shut up!
Shut up, Fernan! Asshole!
I wanted to join. I wanted to speak for none.
Oh, okay. Can I have my monologue before you?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, my fault.
All right.
Oh.
Shut up. Bonsoir
Jan.
to. Shut up.
Say-
I'm actually gonna. Oh my god. man. Can we mute everyone except me and Nathan, please, and players? All right. Well, bonsoir to all my French friends and hello to all the other scrawny little people here on Romula One Live. We're in the studio and, well, you can't see my beautiful face, but you can see the face of one Fernan, the winner in Helsinki. Didn't have a good qualifying session today, but we'll ask Fernan for all the answers. How you doing?
Hello. I blame it on Casa. He made me lose 30 minutes.
Oh, what happened this time?
He told me to make changes last minute, basically. I am not happy about it. And for some reason, the garage names is a mess. So I had to spend a whole 30 minutes giving everyone permissions. I sacrificed my practice time for others.
So, can you go, if possible, unless you basically already have, can you go into a bit more detail about what those changes were? Was it just garage or was it other stuff as well?
Garage and spawn permissions.
Okay. And so, basically, your lack of practice was the reason for another chapter in your Romula One downfall.
Yeah. Also, just to respond to Casta. Casta, you told me yesterday that I was hosting. You could have told me yesterday that I had to make garage changes. Not 15 minutes before the session.
Well, some obvious complaints from your end, but hey, look on the bright side. You've got a whole race now to look forward to try and gain what you've lost. How do you think you're going to do in the race?
I think I'll do well. Hopefully. I don't know. That one's unpredictable.
And what position do you think you're going to finish in?
No clue.
All right. Thank you very much, Fernan. Good luck in the race.
Thank you.
And now, we've just had the low of the lowest of the lows. Let's have another one. It's Heels.
But
Or G-Force. We were looking at Heels. I was expecting Heels. But anyways, instead of the low of the low, let's hope that they can make a comeback in the race. Let's have the highest of the high, because G-Force Racing has on pole position, and instead of the drivers, instead of that, well, whatever outguard is, and whenever Chris Boy will do interviews, we've got the team owner, fellow row racing YouTuber, and every once in a while commentator. It's G-Force himself.
hi guys.
Hi, G-Force. Anyways,
My
how did
question.
qualifying go for your team?
Obviously, I think it's kind of obvious when we say we did the best in qualifying, but that's a 1-3. It was a really nice thing. We could have got a 1-2 if Chris didn't didn't mess up the last sector. Didn't mess up the last sector.
Apologies for the language there.
I'm gonna get community service now.
Yeah, you are.
But yeah, we could have had a 1-2. 4 points already. Now we just need to gain anything we can back to meme, because we have a huge gap to them, and I think genuinely we can get 1-2 here if Crit messes up, and if Trident, the little loser of an engineer, gets I have much better engineers at my team, like Sealy and players. He has a strategy. The strategy's looking good. Hopefully it will push us to the top and get us a 1-2.
And so, are you looking more at the constructors or just the drivers' championship?
Hey man, Outguard focuses on his constructor's charge. Oh, his charge. I focus on the team's charge as a whole. I'm more concerned about a team championship and a driver championship. I'll also be happy if our drivers get a championship, no matter what.
So you're boring.
I'm not boring. What?
All right. Thank you, G-Force. Good luck with your teams in the race.
Okay.
Brilliant. How many bloody interviews are we going to do? There's like a load of people here. Is it going to be Heels and Ienta, even though he didn't race? All right. I want to interview like Chris Boy or something. Of course he doesn't. Anyways, Heels. Well, we've just had some of the lowest moments for some drivers, like Fernan out in Q2. This man was also out in Q2 as Heels in the PMP. Nearly got through to Q3, but instead he's in 11th? Yeah, Caster will have to unmute my boy Heels. Oh my god, that voice crack was awful. Jesus. It's Heels. How did qualifying go? Tell us everything. Without burping, please.
All right. Yeah, qualifying, I had I had a free practice session to get the track down. I did not get Sector 2 down. I believe Sector 1 and 3 were decent on my lap, but Sector 2 kind of sucked. And also, I would like to blame the car in front of me for slightly distracting me. That's the whole reason. I never take fault for anything. I'm always right,
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because I'm right.
All right. And do you have any hopes for the race? Maybe a prediction of where you're going to finish?
P3.
P3? Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure? In that PMP, are you going to get a podium?
P3.
All right. Well, I'll take your word for it. I won't. Thank you, Heels. Good luck in the race.
Thank you.
So a certain Cubson. Was that Ientai? All right. So Caster, when are we gonna start the race? Can you put in chat when we're going to start the racecaster? Anyways, just for the viewers, well, we've just had an exciting qualifying session, and we are about to get underway for the race. Join us in just a moment for the Grand Prix de Marseille. Bonsoir to all the fans watching here on YouTube, all the fans watching here in France, whether it's online or at the circuit. Just kidding, there's no one at the circuit. It's the fourth round of the RGB Romula One World Championship in Season 5, and it's a Grand Prix we've all been waiting for. It's the Grand Prix de Marseille. It's the French Grand Prix, and we're about to get underway for another blockbuster hit of a race. Well, we just had a few issues there, but we are back, and it's round 4 of the RGB Romula One World Championship. And we've, after this, only got 8 rounds left. It's the Grand Prix de Marseille, and it's going to be an exciting race. Will Critical Noob, after a less than stellar qualifying, want to, or even try, to move up the field and potentially get a 3rd win in a row, cementing himself as a championship favourite? Or will we see the fastest man in qualifying, Outguard, take his first win of the season in what could be a vital win for not only him, but G-Force Racing? Let's find out here in Romula One, where you can watch it live, on demand, whenever, wherever, for free, here on YouTube. And up here in the booth is not only I, Kian GP, your commentator for today, but also Nathan to give you all the action and analysis and data from out the Grand Prix de Marseille. It's going to be an interesting one, as you might be able to see on the bottom corner of your screen. There's a little countdown, and we've got half a minute to go until this race is about to get underway. So Nathan, really quickly, who do you think is going to win?
You know, I'm loving the pace of the G-Force drivers, Outguard and Chris. They've been on pace the entire day so far. I'm thinking Outguard might be able to pull this one out of the bag. He might be able to.
I'm hoping so. He's fought with fellow French, Dakar. He's fought, well, sorry, our producer just interrupted us. Outguard, last season, fought for the victory and beat Dakar at the Grand Prix de Maroc. And now he might do it here at another French-speaking country. It's the Grand Prix of France, and we are about to get underway for what could be an exciting round of racing action like we always see in Romula One. A new circuit, and hopefully just as amazing racing as we normally see. We're about to see the lights go on and then go out, and then 38 more laps of brilliant racing. The drivers are ready. Outguard in the center of the screen. Behind him is teammate Chris Boy. We've got James on the mediums. Who's that in second?
Train Pig.
Train Pig. On your right is Train Pig and James. You can just see in the bottom half of your screen the Accelerate driver of Meow, and then Critical Noob. Lights on! Drop the clutch and we're going. It's a good start from Outguard, but so too for Train Pig. Into turn one. Who's going to get the whole shot? It's going to be Outguard, and he just keeps what he already had, which was P1, and a few car lengths in between him and Train Pig. But he's closing. Everyone else behind gets away well. Some drivers had a really, really slow start, though. Mr. Cowpox especially. Outguard has a bit of a moment there, has a bit of a slide. Train Pig fighting with him, although you can't really see him on your screen. There's Critical Noob fighting for the lead now. He's had a really good start, and he's up into second. Then it's the Train Pig behind. But Outguard shoots out to a lead, and Outguard shoots out to what could be, hopefully, for the French crowd, a runaway victory for who is pretty much the homeboy. What well, not chaotic, but a closely contested half a lap into Marseille corner, where Critical Noob had a bit of a look, but Outguard is gonna keep the lead. But for how long? Look at the slipstream on that meme racing car. Out the final corner. Lap one done. Lap two begins. And Critical Noob is right there. It's closely contested, Nathan. It really is.
Yeah, Critical has had a brilliant start here. Up 4 positions already, and now right on the back of Outguard here. Coming into this hairpin. Going down the inside. Can Critical keep the position? Into the lead. Critical in the lead after only a lap and a half. Up 4, 5 positions. Brilliant start from him.
And we had hope. That's all gone. Critical Noob, we were asking questions. Would he make his way up the field? Well, in just 1.5 laps, as you said there, Nathan, Critical Noob leads the French Grand Prix. And that is not what G-Force will have wanted to see. At this point in time, Fernand isn't really the main issue. It is Critical Noob, who's won 2 in a row. Scratch that. He might as well make it 3. He's won in Ventosa. He's won in Zurich. And now he might win in Marseille. And he might very well just become King of Europe here in Romula One this season.
The Hue Performance car, Kvyat, has lost his front wing.
Oh, and that's a big moment. The man who's now down quite a bit.
All the way in I believe in Sector 2. He lost his front wing somewhere in Sector 1, and now nursing his car back into pit lane.
That is unfortunate for the Hue Motorsports driver who was trying to go long on the mediums. These two at the front, though, Critical Noob and Outguard, are on softs. They're pushing it. But at this point, I don't think it's a 1 second gap already. Critical Noob has the speed. I think at this point, Outguard will want to try and beat him strategy-wise. That's the safest option.
I think I've just been told we had a crash just with the Ginger near the back of the grid, 19th place. Now back in 20th. I think he might be out. He is out. He's on the main straight. He's out.
Is he?
Yeah, he's out. Main straight. Lost both front tires and front wing. Yeah. He is out of this race.
And a big moment for the Artemis. G-Force in the interviews earlier was optimistic about his first team's race. He didn't really have much to say about Artemis's, though. And now look at it. A quarter of the G-Force team out on the front stretch. He's in the fence, as one Mark Scaife would always say. Critical Noob leads by 1.2 seconds, nearing 1.3. Seems like he's got the pace once again over the rest. He's led in every single race now so far and has pretty much dominated every single race so far. So far, Meme Racing are the only team to win this season. We thought it was going to be close. We thought G-Force and Accelerate would be up there, but nope. It doesn't seem like it. Meme Racing have the edge over everyone else. Let's find out if they can keep it that way. So players, that's a moment where you could play that short intro. Yeah, we do. Lap 5 of 38, Nathan. So Nathan, do you have any thoughts on what could happen in the strategy-wise in this race?
Well, strategy-wise, here, Chris and Gogo started this race off medium tires. Only 2 of the top 8 started on medium tires. I think, based off what we saw yesterday, they might go 15 laps into this race, and then do the one stop and go back. It's going to be race unfolds.
Train goes over the curbs there. Bit of a moment for him. So far, opening few laps have been quite closely contested here. We're going to see how it unfolds with 33 more laps of racing action. You're getting your money's worth, folks.
Well, saying your money's worth, it's all free and on demand.
Yeah, exactly. Why is he so, what are you saying, players? Who, Nathan? Oh. Okay. Don't worry, viewers, it's the voices again. Now, here's a 3-way battle. We might not be seeing it at the front, but we're seeing it here. It's the Train Pig, it's Chris Boy. And it is ASM. Actually, we say 3-way, it might even be a 5-way, because you can see James somewhat in it. Oh no, okay, that was lag. Pardon me. But it is a... Oh! Moment for Train Pig. Going over the sausage curb, and wide goes Chris Boy. He has a moment as well, and now he's lost a load of time. Not looking good for him. And now Cubson, who started at the back of the grid, P20, is now up to P8. He's doing a really good job, isn't he, Nathan? Nathan is dead. Poor timing from me. Critical noob leading. There's really nothing much to talk about. There is this battle. We're looking at Gogo. The Isotta driver. Now, beautiful black and gold car. Who, me? So for the viewers at home who don't know, last week I raced in Romula 2 for Isotta. Since then, I've heard nothing. So, I don't know. I might be able to still race for Isotta in Romula 2, but I'm not even going to try. I might just turn up for like the sprint race or something. Not even practice or qualifying. Yeah, this really is. You're also the one that asked for me to say this, so... No. Oh! Well, I saw an accelerate slide there. I don't know either. View ASM isn't a valid command. Oh, yeah, he has. And that was the moment I was talking about. He's hit the wall, and now his wing is gone over the sausage curb. It's a depressing sight if you're an Accelerate fan. It's not the greatest time to be an Accelerate fan, unlike if you're a meme racing fan, but then you're just unoriginal. Meme racing is literally like Red Bull. You've got one driver constantly winning and the other who's getting knocked out in Q2. Literally like Red Bull. Yeah, he is. Uzbekistani F4 indoor rental karting isn't ready for bro. That's all I got to say to Fernan. Although he didn't have practice, so. And into the wall in the pit lane goes ASM. As he changes wing and tyres, he's down in 16th. That's going to be down at the back of the grid. We've had 3 retirements so far. Ginge, Volt, and Heors. We don't have a retirement from ASM, but it's not looking good for him. Interestingly, he's on softs. So, B. Softs can only do about 12 laps. Mind you, viewers, and Nathan is still dead. I'm alone with a producer who you can't hear. It's like I have Alzheimer's. 10 laps into... Oh, shut up. 10 laps into the Grand Prix de Marseille, and this is very boring. Chris is up to P4. I don't know. Again, I'm talking to a producer. They don't know what you're saying, and I don't give a... You know why viewing Chris might not be a command? Because you might not be spelling the names correctly. You idiot players. View ASM is not a command.
Yeah, and still... You know, Kian is still talking to the voices in his head.
Yeah, and where were you? Yeah, alright. I'm tired, Jesus. Meow and Cubson have both pitted onto mediums. There. You're telling me to do my job. Jesus. Nathan, can you please do my job?
I wish I could, but my microphone is having many issues.
Shut up. Well, Meow and Cubson have both pitted onto the mediums, whilst the Train Pig has pitted onto softs. These two were at the front, but now they're having to make their way up the field again. More and more pit stops are going to happen. Chris Boy has started on the mediums. His teammate Outguard still on softs, still in P2. Critical Noob gaining and gaining small amounts each lap. He's doing a really, really fine job. It's getting boring. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, it's been maybe less extraordinary Grand Prix de Marseille, but it's still been, at times, quite entertaining. We're 12 laps into a 38-lap race, and it's looking pretty good at the front for race leader Critical Noob. Then it's the two G-Force cars. Someone's just pitted, and his name is... I can't tell. James.
I believe it was James, yeah.
Nathan, you need to help me. This is...
I'm trying here, but my end is not looking too well, Kian. I'm really trying here.
Are you sure? Because I can hear you perfectly fine.
No, but it's not that part. It's me actually being able to see.
Oh, okay. Well, look at the...
Just give me 30 seconds, yeah.
Alright. Well, Critical Noob, who's won the last 2 races in a row in the hot summer race of Ventosa in Spain and the streets of Zurich in Switzerland. And he's about to win, well, in the coming 20 laps or so, he might be about to win his 3rd race in a row on the incredible circuit of Marseille. Critical Noob has pitted and he's... Oh no! Oh no, yeah, he has. Oh, and a moment there for Chris. Critical Noob pits and Chris... Oh no, Critical Noob pits and Outguard pits. And now it's Chris Boy leading, even though Critical's taking it back over, and Go in 3rd. So Critical Noob leading after a pit stop in the ahead of Outguard, but he's on soft, so he will have to pit again. Outguard is probably going to pit again. He's on mediums. But it's going to be really interesting to see, because presumably Outguard's going to go on to another set of softs again. And if he ends on softs and Critical Noob ends on mediums, this could be a very interesting end. So what you're missing out on in the beginning, middle part of the race, you're going to probably gain at the end. We've had 3 incredible climaxes to 3 incredible races. And whilst I wouldn't call this race incredible, we might see another great climax. Who's won in the heat of Ventosa in Spain and on the cold streets of Zurich in Switzerland might go home to another great win here in the fall or here in the autumn of Marseille in France. Could it be 3 in a row? And after 4 races where Fernand has won the opener and Critical Noob could win the following 3, it's looking like a dominant display for meme racing. Even without the performances from Fernand.
Go and Outguard on the new beating compounds. They're having a brilliant fight here for P2. Less than a 10th between them. Going into, I believe, the final few corners here. As we look at I believe this is Chris. Please correct me if I'm
I
wrong. Is this
believe.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris here, trying to battle. Prime. Prime Drifter, starting off the medium compounds, has gone into the pits. I'm not entirely sure which compound he's decided on. Possibly the hards, and then a one-stop to the end. If he can make that work, he might be able to get back up into the top 10 after his abysmal start.
Well, after that first pit stop, Critical Noob has only doubled his gap. Not lost anything. It's just become bigger. It's looking like could be a lockout for Critical Noob once again. We had hope, but it's faded away. And now Critical Noob could win a dominant display again.
We did have a lot of hope. We had a lot of hope, but
We sure did.
sadly, the French could not beat the Germans again.
Nope. Even in their backyard. This is not fun for me to see as a Frenchie. Oh, moment there. So that was Meow, who went up and nearly over. Or is that my Alzheimer's kicking in again?
At this point, we have no idea, Kian. The voices in our heads are just they're
Too
going
many
off
of
the
them.
charts. Yeah, there's too many. I believe one of them is even named Players.
Yeah. Potentially. And the other Snake. Chris has just gone past the train pig up into 5th place. And now he might very well get past Meow. This is the battle for 4th, and this is going to be finally a battle. Meow on the mediums. Chris Boy on the softs, just 1 second behind him. This could be, a bit of a mistake from Meow. Could we see an overtake in the near future for Chris Boy, the Flying Dutchman, who won last time round in Sendai, in Japan, racing for the G-Force outfit, when the owner himself was in the commentary booth. It was a wet day. Here it's dry as can be. It's almost another hot day. But we can definitely say that Chris Boy has almost evolved. He's gotten quicker. And he can definitely go even faster. He's gaining. It's under a second. He will have the DRS for this next straight. Oh, and he's right there as well now. So I don't know what's happened to Meow, but he's lost a lot of time. And Chris Boy is flying ahead. Just like his nickname, the Flying Dutchman. And oh, how he lives up to that name as well. Chris Boy up into P4, and Meow had a brilliant 5th spot in Zurich. Might go home to another. Now, Nathan, can you speak?
Yes, I am
At
alive.
all.
Don't worry. I am not a voice in your head. But I believe Outguard has.
Oh my
Outguard,
goodness.
I believe Outguard's disconnected.
Yes, he has. And that is a big moment. And does that seal the deal on lap 18 of 38 for Critical Noob? Outguard, his closest contender. Yes, he's gone. And this was going to be a vital race for him to try and stay in the championship. And instead, he is suffering from a Roblox racing driver's worst fear: internet. The connection is not connecting for the G-Force driver. He is out of the French Grand Prix. He could. This race is just gonna get more and more boring, isn't it? The only guy we had hope for to win this race, other than the critical noob, is now out of the race.
Honestly, that was the most French thing he could have done. Just disconnect from the French Grand Prix. But critical, the German, just absolutely bossing it. Just running the show here, 15 seconds ahead of James. And I mean, I don't see how anyone could possibly beat him today.
Well, what can we really talk about right now to fill the void? Stats.
I mean, it looks possibly there's a good fight, I believe, for P5 between Cubson and Gogo. Only a few tenths between the two drivers.
Interesting.
Not only that, Gogo has made the pass on Cubson, 4 tenths ahead, and now hopefully he can run away. There's another battle here.
Ooh,
That's
some information from the GeForce driver Outguard's screen. Not literally a screen, but Outguard is still driving, apparently. Just internet issues. Will he magically reappear? I'm just copying players.
Players, do you want to be a commentator? She with the voice in our head, just
They
be a
can't
commentator.
hear you.
The voice has said no.
Oh no. the voices. Currently looking at the midnight star of James in P2.
I believe he's actually lost some time here to Chris. I think Chris has gained a second on James. And I believe Chris should be making the pass on him soon.
Interesting. This could be a very exciting... I'm just playing. This will not be a very exciting race. I'm watching Project Track Day World Championship highlights. It's that boring.
I mean, to be fair, the midfield has a lot of battles. Everyone's within about 2 seconds of someone else. But no one is going to be challenging Critical anytime soon. Unless Critical somehow messes up its pit stop or like goes off into the catch fence. The voice has said he might disconnect like Outguard. I don't think he's going to disconnect like
Might
Outguard.
disconnect
Voice.
like Outguard.
Huh?
Pardon? You might have to.
Wait.
You might have to attack the entire German what? Look, I know. Third time's the charm. Oh, and we've got bad news. Unfortunate news. Outguard has indeed been kicked from the game. AKA, he's out.
Well, we had hope.
We had hope, and then it faded.
Actually, the battle for P2 is now heating up. Only about a second and a half. Chris is really gaining on James.
Cool.
Do you think any of them could possibly catch Critical?
No.
Yeah.
Let me think. That's a tough question.
To be fair, I think Critical is possibly like a pit stop ahead of P2 at this point. I mean, this is pure domination from him now.
Crazy. Well, a quick plug then. Don't forget to subscribe to my personal YouTube channel where I make Roblox racing video essays. I've got over 600 subscribers. I'm so famous, guys. Trust me.
I mean, you're more famous than me. I have 260. I haven't even uploaded in like months.
You know what? Me neither until a couple days ago. And I'm still like somewhat known. The battle for P2 is heating up, but I'm not even watching it. I'm watching race highlights of something else. The commentator not even watching the race.
And the voice is complaining about you.
Yeah, and the voice is complaining.
Yeah, but only 7 tenths here. 7 tenths between James and Chris. Chris has caught up right. He's right behind James now. Through this, I believe, final sector. Can Chris probably easily take P2 from him?
GeForce versus Midnight Star. It's gonna be a close battle. And you can hear it on ASMR Live right now.
Do you think we should make an ASMR channel for Romula
No,
One?
no. We've already got a podcast. The Romula Tour cast, I think it's called. Anyways, lap 24 of 38. And the battle for P2 is heating up. Real. How I respond to my friends when they send me videos. Real. Oh, and a moment there for Chris Boy. Went deep into the corner, and now he goes a bit wide again. Finally, moment. What? Why am I getting shouted at? What did I do?
Probably talk about Project Apex.
Who's the commentator? I recognize his voice from Park. That's the commentator. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm also from Hong Kong. What? All right. He was disconnected. That was ages ago. How am I getting shouted at? How am I getting shouted at when someone's just asking who I am? Okay. Chris Boy. Oh! Chris
No way.
disconnected! And it's a torrid day. No, he didn't.
He's
What are you
right
on
there.
about?
He's on screen. The voice
He's
is
on
the voice has said
screen. He's right there. What are the voices on about?
the voice has said that Chris was DNF.
He has, but I already mentioned
That's a
I
pit
made
stop.
a mistake.
Critical pitted.
Oh, Critical's
voices-
pitted.
The voices
And
are
he's
confused.
gone to mediums, yes. Oh, but this race is not going to heat up. 6 seconds in it. Can I swear on stream?
The voice said no, so no.
The voices said no. Not again. Out Marseille corner. And you know what? I said this was a great track. I lied. It's terrible. What do you expect from the French?
I blame
And-
French internet.
And okay, listen. Before you come at me, I am literally half French. So I am allowed to make those jokes. I don't want to check the. Okay, I'll check it. I meant from Hirsch of Asians Discord by what? Okay, wait. Okay. I love to. Why do I want to check the? Why do I want to check general? Oh, media. I've been looking at the regular Romula One channel. I'm a dickhead. Can you actually shut up about how boring the race is? It makes us look bad. I don't care if it's boring or not. You do not.
both in the pit lane.
Oh, here they go, and into the pit lane. And James is onto softs.
And so is Chris. Both on the softs going
it's
to the
just-
end with 12 to go.
This is going to be a sprint to the end then, to see who can beat who. Of course,
They've come
G-Force
out
is...
with... Ooh. They come out with a train pick there in P6.
Okay, so... But presumably they're still pitting. They still have to pit. So... We're going to see. We're going to find out. Oh, and Chris Boy has jumped James in the pit lane. Oh, and a big moment there.
Finally,
the
some
Flying
action.
Dutchman who, well, nearly went flying himself.
Is he still alive?
Oh, he's still alive, but he's on track and he's behind James. What a big mistake from the G-Force driver, who G-Force himself is relying solely on. And the pressure's got to him. Ten laps remain. Here in Romula One. Let's find out who wins, although we've already found it out. Who gets P2?
We'll call P2 Formula 1.5, okay? P2 will be Formula 1.5. Romula
All right.
1.5. My bad.
Romula 2, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Miao is actually having a great battle here between Gogo. I mean, this is a 3-4 car battle here. Sorry. I can't read numbers. Miao and
No, you
Gogo.
can't.
Yeah. Miao and Gogo having a good battle here for P2. Less than a tenth between them. And then Chris and James have 10 laps to catch them.
Who? Izot.
Izota.
You mean
Izota.
Izota? The voices have said, yeah, that one. I mean, it is true. Gogo could get his first points of the season for Izota. I mean, it's not like I managed to do it in Romula 2. But let's find out. Battle here. It's James, it's Gogo, and it's the battle for P3. Chris Boy could join the party. Oh, sorry. Meow's pitted. It's a battle for P2 now. And this time it's three-way. Chris Boy gets past the both of them. He got a really good exit out of 3. And now, Chris Boy might be in the mix. And he's ahead. Well, Chris Boy's ahead of James. I don't know what's happened to Gogo, but he's lost quite a bit of time. And Chris Boy is up into second.
Those would be dead tires on Gogo. He's been on those tires for a very long time. And he'll probably either have to pit soon, or if he really wants to risk it, he's 10 seconds ahead. He could go to the end.
Cubson, who started at the back of the grid in P20, is now up to P5. What a drive from
To be
the
fair,
PMP driver.
it is a good drive, but to be fair, he might have to pit again. We haven't kept up with his pit stop cycle so far.
Ooh. Is he, by the way, where's Cubson from?
That's a good question.
I thought he was from like Poland or something.
Yeah, Cubs.
Yeah, I want to say.
The voice in our heads has said they have engineered for Cubson, and they don't know where they are, where they're from.
So does Cubson also have Alzheimer's?
He might. You know what? We all have Alzheimer's in our Romula One, okay?
This should be a whole Romula 2 cast episode. Don't forget to
really
listen
should be.
in. Now, the question is, can Meow, new Accelerate driver, catch up to Cubson and maybe get a top 5? Let's find out here on Romula One.
already. Meow, I believe Meow has already caught half a second on Cubson this lap. So I think it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when, as we go through the final few corners here.
Well, it's been a close encounter. What am I saying? It's close encounter. There's been some close fights this this race so far. Although it is true, there have been some close fights this season.
Gogo, he's actually finally made his pit stop. He's in P6, battling with Train Pig. So hopefully he can make his way back up and back into the top 5.
Well, a few laps left. And Chris Boy has somewhat gapped James now. Oh, and there's Meow right behind Cubson. Oh, and a moment for Train Pig there. We're looking at the battles. Through goes Meow to 5th. Sorry, 4th. Gained a spot. And Meow is going to do better than he did last round in Zurich. He's really been brilliant this season, hasn't he?
I mean, yeah, he's had a brilliant start. He had a great drive in Zurich, had a great sprint race for Accelerate, and now replacing Ayantai. I mean, P4, a brilliant job from him.
Well, just a few laps remaining, and look at the gap between Meow and Cubson already. It's pretty big.
You know, I think Critical should just pit to go for the fastest lap. I believe he should just do that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think something that'd be really funny if we just looked over at Critical and he was just doing donuts mid race, just to flex.
Or he could do a Dakar, stop at the line, jump out the car, and then jump back in.
Is that
or
against
run
the
over
rules?
the line.
A
Do a
run
Ricky
over the
Bobby.
line, yeah.
Do a Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights.
Currently now, Critical actually does have the fastest lap by over a 10th. Chris Boy's second fastest, and they're actually the only ones in the 112s.
Oh! Big moment for Train Pig, who's right behind Cubson. Over the sausage curbs, and now he's lost a bit of time. But it seems like Cubson is really struggling on those tyres now. Yeah, sure.
Oh, Train over the sausage curbs.
Oh, and a big moment
kept
for
it.
Train.
He's kept it, and now he's ahead of Cubson for P5. Cubson's just falling down this order with 5 left in the Marseille Grand Prix.
Well, currently, Critical Noob has lost a bit of time to Chris Boy, but not enough for it to be rendered a threat. Train Pig has gone past Cubson. With a few laps left, it's time to say goodbye to Marseille finally. 4 laps remaining in the French Grand Prix. Let's find out who wins.
You know what's interesting? We only have 11 drivers on the lead lap, and the next driver to be lapped is the season 1 champion, Prime Drifter.
And the replacement for Meow, who's currently in P4. So that's how much more competitive this championship has gotten. Season 1 champion, Prime Drifter, about to get lapped. He's right behind Fernan, who's in P10. who's had a terrible, terrible weekend in the office. And I think it's safe to say his championship is pretty much over.
Probably is safe to say. It's more than safe to say, to be honest, Kian.
Yeah. Heos, by the way, Heos said in the interview earlier today he was going to get P3. He was going to be on the podium. Where is he right now?
He's on the podium of the first DNFers, let's say that.
Yeah, he's out of the race. P18. So, what was that about P3?
You know, if you look from the bottom, he is P3 technically. So, he's not wrong. He was not wrong about the prediction.
No, he just wasn't specific. Oh, and a slide from Prime Drifter. Keeps it going, though. Keeps his foot in it. And he can race another day. Can race another lap. Okay, so Nathan, quick question, seeing as nothing's really happening. Do you, perchance, indulge in the NASCAR Cup Series from time to time?
From time to time, yes. For the super speedways, and also when they finally get to turn right, you know?
Well, the road course races are usually the boring ones.
That is a fair point. They are usually pretty boring.
The intermediate racing, the intermediate oval racing is amazing. Like, probably the best racing on intermediates NASCAR's had since, like, before the Car of Tomorrow era.
Yeah, it has been a while since they've had good intermediate racing. But we have 2 laps, I believe, once he crosses the line. 2 laps in the Marseille Grand Prix. Critical 22 seconds ahead of P2. This is just domination now.
It's too much. It really is. Let me indulge in some Romula One action. Nice voice crack from me. Action. I was trying to recreate the voice crack in it, and it was not as bad as the actual one.
Good explanation there, Kian.
Yeah. Well, Chris Boy has managed to close the gap. He's gained about 6 seconds in the last 10 laps. But looking at the gap, it is not enough. Meme Racing has won every single race this season, and they're about to win another.
You know, Meme Racing really does feel like a Roblox version of Red Bull Racing. I mean, we have one driver absolutely dominating, and then we have the second driver down in P10.
Yeah. Let's go round one more time. The final lap of the Grand Prix de Marseille. Finally. Well, a dominant display from Critical Noob once again. We've constantly been going on about how this is boring, not entertaining, not fun, but really we do have to at least appreciate what's going on. This is history, and this is a new era of Critical Noob. Probably the best I've ever seen him. And he is destroying all odds, defying all odds, and doing an incredible job. And the Season 3 champion might just become a Season 5 champion. And I say might, he probably will.
I've been looking at a different screen here. Train Peg has gone onto the sausage script and might lose P5 to Gogo in the Soto.
Oh, that's interesting. But back to the front real quick. And Meme Racing has won all 4 races now. And Critical Noob is about to win 3 in a row. It's utter domination. And it continues here in Marseille. Because Critical Noob will win once again. And Train Pig goes off again. And there's a real bad moment there. Oh, into the wall. No damage. But time lost and positions lost. And yes, Gogo will get P5 and take Izotta's first points. Critical Noob wins his third race in a row. No one could stop him. Not yesterday, not the day before, and of course not today.
We've been fully blitzkrieged by Critical Noob, man.
Oh, come on. The PTSD is getting to me. Well, it was a blitzkrieg bop for Critical Noob. It wasn't as good for, well, the viewers. But in the end, you still got a good show. And remember, you can watch it all live, on demand, whenever, wherever, for absolutely free. Plus highlights packages, interviews, and much, much more. By pressing, true, and by pressing the red button with the little word subscribe on it, you can stay up to date. Plus, by joining the Discord, link in the description.
Critical
Here's your
on
top
fire.
3. Critical Noob. Who?
You see his car is smoking. He's ran out of fuel.
Oh, Critical Noob. Chris Boy and James are your top 3. This is something. Running out of fuel. Look at the smoke from the back of that meme racing car. It makes for an awesome picture, but it also makes for a very interesting moment here. Critical Noob just manages to make it to the paddock and will just make it to interviews.
It would have been brilliant if he ran out of fuel on the last lap. That would have been brilliant.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the Coke 600.
Yeah.
He's run out of gas. But alright, we've got interviews. Who the hell is Oliver Mark Smith? I always see this guy and I always forget. Is that Ryden? Okay.
I'm trying to.
Oh. I'm gonna. I blame that on you, players. Or for the viewers, the voices.
Yeah, players, come on, get your shit together, bro. You do.
Calling him Ryden.
Whoa, okay, bro.
How did the race go? Tell me.
Who's that question to?
I'm presuming he wanted me to ask you that question.
I guess, yeah. Okay.
Were you even driving?
No. I mean, it went well. Yeah, me and Crit changed up the strat a couple times, just even literally on the grid and during the race. But in the end, we made it work. Crit once again. I mean, the 22-second gap says for itself. This guy's got outrageous pace and can pretty much make any strat work. But yeah. Outguard the reactions when he disconnected. I thought because I got told he had like a certain amount of time in like the PC cafe, so I just thought it would run out. But no, apparently not. But yeah. No, I mean overall good race again, 22 seconds speaks for itself. Got the strat right and then Crit just made it work perfectly. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about the race.
Alright. One more thing. Can you please tell Critical Noob to slow down?
I don't want to do that though.
I don't like you anymore.
Oh, come on.
Anyways, thank you and congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
Let's go to who else is in here? Is that Critical Noob?
Yes.
All right, race winner for the 3rd time in a row. It's dominance. He's won a quarter of this championship already. And it might as well be the championship trophy already in his hands. He's already got a hand on it. When will the second be placed? Let's find out. We've got Critical Noob, race winner. How you doing?
Hey, yeah, it was a really good race. as the goat would say, was simply lovely. And yeah, was a nice drive.
Speaking of that goat, you are driving exactly like him. You have basically dominated. You've won like 3/4 of this, of all races so far, and 1/4 of this entire calendar. So basically, do you think you're going to lock up this championship soon?
I'm not taking anything for granted yet. I'm still gonna push, or try to push hard every race, until it's like mathematically locked. I'll push as hard as I can. But yeah, I'm lucky for Outguard. I feel really bad for him. I was laughing when he disconnected because I thought like his PC cafe time ran out. But yeah, I'm lucky for him. Yeah, I would have beaten him anyway easily, but he was very close, like really close.
It was, well, in the end, a good race. And of course, as you said, with the championship, I'm taking nothing for granted. I'm quoting. So, honestly, I've got nothing else to say. So congratulations on the victory. And drink some champagne on the podium.
Yeah, thank you.
We've got Critical Noob's teammate Fernand in here. Let's have a talk with him. It was a disappointing race for you, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't see it disappointing. I went from P13 to P9 with only 30 minutes of practice and 5th fastest on the timing table. So,
but don't you think, I mean, you've got the potential for a championship. Don't you want to go for it?
I mean, I do, but stuff like that always happens. You don't always get what you want. You have to stay realistic, I believe.
Fernando.
So P10, whilst your teammate is dominating, is
P9.
P9, sorry. Whilst your teammate is dominating, is realistic.
I mean, with no practice.
Okay, true. Actually, yeah, you make a good point. Well, even without practice, it's unfortunate. I think all the viewers would love to see you fight at the front, but with the circumstances, you did a good job.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
Yeah, I guess that was me on the pre-race interview, which I have to apologize for Casta. I do think I did get emotional there. I'm not entirely sure what I said, but I was really emotional. I know you have blurred some stuff out. I do want to speak with him though. Like, I have my opinions. He has his, but I think that's just stuff you talk about, like with your friends. Not only with your friends, with your colleagues. Like we're literally league colleagues because I developed for his league. So yeah, I guess.
Right.
Or I'm not sure.
All right. Well, either way, I guess congrats on your finishing position and good luck next round. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't wait until my semester ends so I can actually attend all practice sessions.
All right. Do we have anyone else in here, or are we just going to go straight to the podium? I got Cupson, but I don't know if he wants to talk. No, it doesn't seem like it. Should we just go straight to the podium then? Oh. Yep. Or someone's gonna get interviewed.
Oh god, it's G-Force.
Oh god.
No pain. The world shall know pain.
So.
Oh wait, I'm not
can
allowed to do
someone
an interview, I don't think.
stop? What is that noise? Anyway, oh, we got podium. In third place. Get the alert off. In third place. Put the sound down! You dickhead! There we go. In third place, it's the Midnight Star driver. It's James. In second place, picking up the pieces that his teammate left, it's the Flying Dutchman. It's the G-Force driver. It's Chris Boy. And your winner for 3 races in a row, the Season 3 champion, on course to dominate Season 5, it's Critical Noob, the winner of the Grand Prix de Marseille. Three in a row. Dominance. For... No. What the blood is a kilometre? Three in a row. It's domination. Not only from out the beautiful circuit of Marseille, not only out of the incredibly tight and twisty streets of Zurich, but also at the hot sun of Ventosa. Anywhere we go, Critical Noob knows how to win, and win in fashion. It's dominance once again from Critical Noob. And it's, for us, just another chapter in the Season 5 Romula One World Championship. We'll see you tomorrow for Romula 2, if it will be streamed. Have a fun day. Have a great rest of your evening. And thank you from all of us. Merci beaucoup.